Hi everyone. In a recent video, I shared with you that I purchased some beautiful Premier Chunky Bloom yarns. They are just awesome and they have several colorways. As you recall from the video, I wasn't able to get all the colorways, but I did get a few. I was really eager to get started on them, so I actually put down some other projects that I was working on. And because I was having a little bit of a challenge getting some sleep, I decided to just pull out my needles and start working on them. I was almost done, but I ran into a snag. So if you'd like to hear all about it, then stay tuned. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Mindful Crafts and More. I'm Katrina. If this is your first time checking out my channel, welcome. Take a look at this video or any of my other videos, and if you find yourself inspired, join my channel. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. I really appreciate you just hanging out with me for a bit. So, hi everyone. I really got excited and inspired when I found these beautiful Chunky Bloom yarns by Premier. I showed them to you in a previous video and indicated that I was going to start working on them and I would share my update with you. Now, I did have some other projects that I was working on, but you know what? I really was eager to start working on these, and so I put my other projects down and started working on them. And I thought for sure I was going to be able to get all of them done in time for this video, but unfortunately, I ran into a little bit of a snag. I will share that with you so you can see exactly what happened later on. But for now, let's talk about the ones that I was able to complete. All right, so the very first one that I worked on is here. Hold on for a moment. So, yes, let's grab the yarn. So this is a beautiful yarn and it is hydrangea. Okay, this is so beautiful. Has some nice deep pinks and some pastels as well as some purple and some greens and some light pinks. And I think it's just beautiful, just like the beautiful flowers. All right. So I started working on it and this time I did a basic beanie. All right. So as you saw in the photo, I did a basic beanie. Now this one came out really nice and um, I didn't really color control completely, but I sort of did. As I was looking at the colors working up, I tried to decide where I thought I was going to end my beanie. And so I think it came out really, really nice. Now, looking at the photo that you find on the ball band, you can kind of see maybe how it might work up. They don't show you close up, so you just have to kind of guess. And for this one, I think I was correct. So it has a striping pattern as well as then the nice floral bloom portion. And so because it has the striping pattern, you can kind of estimate maybe that you might get one or two rounds of a single color, and that might make it easier for you to at least do your cast on and perhaps start working towards your cast off. So that's what I did. So let's take a look at the beanie in real time. Here it is. I think it turned out so beautiful, right? This is just awesome. And so I started out with the green color, and then it went into the purple, and then into the pink, and then, of course, into the beautiful bloom portion, and then back into the pink. So as I was working on it and getting to the body of the beanie, I didn't know how much of it I was going to need to get to the crown here. So I just started doing my decreases just to kind of see where I was going. And I was really hoping that by the time I got here, it wasn't going to go into the floral portion again or a new color because I really just kind of wanted it to end here. And sure enough, it did. I still had some more purple that I could have worked with. So if I wanted to, I probably could have extended it just a little bit more and gave it a little bit more depth. But you know what? This is beautiful as it is. Um, and I don't think that I would change anything now in hindsight. All right. You guys let me know what you think. I think it turned out great. All right. So this is hydrangea. So now I did tell you that I had three different colors. So the second one was Gerbera. All right. And let me show you the yarn here. And now here is what I did with it. Isn't it beautiful? Yes. So for this one, I changed it up a little bit and I did a garter stitch brim on it. And I think it is just so beautiful. Now for this one, as you could see from the photo on the yarn, so this is the yarn here. And on the photo, they showed you a blanket that was made using it. And you could see that there are large spaces where it's this beautiful off-white color. And then you have the beautiful blooms kind of in between. So this one probably would be okay even if I did it with a crochet because of the way it is made. But I decided to do a knit. So let's take a look at my knit beanie in real time. So here it is. What do you think? I think it turned out so beautiful. So here I didn't know how far it was going to go before I got the bloom portion, right? But I think it turned out at a beautiful place. Now, I will say, as I was working on this, I actually had this almost completed and then realized that I wanted it a little bit taller before I started doing my decreases. So as you see here, the bloom portion is higher up on the body of the hat, but I think that is okay. It's not a problem at all. And then you just get this splash of color kind of midway on it. And I think this is great. Now, depending on where you start your beanie determines where you're going to get the bloom and whether you get one or two within any given space. So I may have been able to do it had I moved it down a little bit and but I didn't really want to waste the yarn. Now, I did weigh my beanies just so that I could see, what the weight of them are. So, the hydrangea beanie, this one here, is 51 grams. All right, 51 grams, not bad, because the whole skein is 200 grams. So that being said, I could probably get four beanies like this out of that one skein of yarn. And I think that's awesome. Okay, so now this one, using the garter stitch, and I did do it a little bit longer. This one is actually 55 grams. So it's a little bit heavier, and that means I wouldn't get as many out of it unless I did some with a different size. So this would fit an adult. So maybe I could do a teen size. It'll make it a little bit smaller and it'll be a lighter weight completed project. But I think they turned out good. You guys let me know what you think. All right, now for the snag. I started working on the very last one, which was the Snapdragon, and I was so excited to get to work on it. But take a look and see what happened. Hold on for a moment. I am back. And so, yes, I ran into a snag. There was a knot at the very beginning of the skein. And to be honest, it really wasn't that much yarn. I really don't understand why they decided to put a knot there. And if so, why they didn't put it where it would be a natural progression, at least with the same colors, so that it would continue. I really wish they had thought about that. However, it's okay. It's going to be a small amount that I'm going to have to waste for the yarn. And I would rather start at a more solid portion, and that be whether I started on the crown of the beanie or whether I start at the brim. It doesn't matter. I would like to have a solid color there and not have it just begin with a smaller portion of the bloom and then go right into the solid. So these things do happen sometimes when you are purchasing your yarns from a big box store. And I don't know, I guess it's just part of being a crafter, you know? These things happen. But in any case, I do think I still will have enough yarn so that I can get at least about 3 or 4 beanies out of it. So that's okay. Now, that being said, I did lose a little bit of motivation and a little bit of time just trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to do with it. And I really did want to give you guys an update. So I just decided to put that over to the side and go ahead and share the two that I've completed, and then I'll come back in another video when I have completed at least one using the third colorway. All right, but what am I thinking about the yarns so far other than the snag? I think they are awesome. They are very soft. They're very easy to work with. I haven't had any problems with them splitting or anything like that. So I do enjoy working with them, and I think that you guys would as well. So, have you tried out the Premier Chunky Bloom? It is a beautiful colorway series and just very soft and easy to work with yarn. So if you have, let me know in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you and what your take on these yarns are. All right. So that's all I have for today. Please do everything you can to be mindful, do everything you can to be at your best health, and by all means, continue to be crafty every day. Share your gifts, be inspiring, and be inspired. I look forward to seeing you again in one of my videos or one of yours. Bye bye now.